Hello, you guys. I hope you all are doing well. This is Relentless Renee, and I am back again with another video. If you have not liked, comment, and subscribed to this channel, please consider doing so. Well, you guys, you all know about the missing child that was found. That was from Houston, Texas, and she was found in Arkansas. So right now, they really don't know what happened to the baby. There's so many mysteries up in the air, but the stepfather is arrested for the disappearance of the child. And he also have been charged with, I think, tampering with a corpse or something like that, because we all know the K9 dogs hit it on the scent that was inside of the trunk of the car. But this case is so crazy and so many twists and turns. But my question is, where is Brittany Bowens? Brittany, yeah, she had an activist that was camping out for her, talking for her, but she still didn't tell the activist, I think his name was Cornell, everything that was going on with her child. She was giving bits and pieces of information about her own child. This child is 4 years old, and I cannot begin to understand how in the world could you, don't get me wrong, I know there are some good step parents out there that really tend to their stepkids better than their parents sometimes. But this case really breaks my heart. And even though this child has been brutally murdered, I think her body was ran over. First of all, she was supposed to have been killed in Texas. And then her body was supposed to have been dismembered, put into a trash bag, which shows her stepfather leaving out of the house with a trash bag inside of a basket, as if he was, getting ready to do laundry or something. Then you're going to drive so many hours and dump her body in Arkansas. So EchoSearch have been looking for this child. They have put dogs on the pavement, like trying to find this child. And finally, the guy came out and said that he dumped the child body on the side of the road in Arkansas. So the cleanup crew, or what you want to call them, like DOTC or DOTSD, DOT or whatever, was cleaning, and somehow they end up running over the bag, because they said in that area of Arkansas, a lot of people do go and discard their dead animals or their pets or something like that. They kind of like use that area to dump animals, and that's what they thought. I'm assuming that's what they thought, allegedly. And ran over the bag and scattered her remains all over the place. So just imagine a 4-year-old body that's already been dismembered or possibly whatever. You put inside of a garbage bag and a trailer. What's those little bush hog or whatever they be cleaning on the side of the road? Run over that bag and scatter this child's remains all over the place. And from my understanding, the workers still didn't even get the bag then. They just left it as is. So when they came back the next day to continue working, somebody seen something that didn't look right, and then they call authorities. But this boy already said that's where he dumped the body at. So therefore, 2 and 2, and they found her. But what can a child do that's so bad that you will or you would even consider harming them? When I was coming up, I never would date a guy that had kids. I was like, listen, I don't have no kids. I don't want a man with kids. I don't want the drama, and I ain't trying to be a stepmama or whatever. But until I had a child and was placed in a situation where now me and my child's father is not together, So therefore, I was put in a situation to see that, okay, well, now that's the only thing that made me consider dating guys that had kids, because now I was a single parent. But I do, like I say, I did a video on this baby a while back, and I'm gonna put a link in the description box. But I once again, I am speechless when it comes to this. One thing I can say, that this Maleah Davis case has really shown that the world does have love. Maleah, if I didn't learn anything else from Maleah Davis' case, I learned that it is not all evil in the world, that there are people that have love in their hearts, no matter what race you are. Her case really showed how people really do have love in their hearts. But, a lot of people may question, well, if there was a God, why would he let this happen? Why would he let that happen? Hey, I don't have an answer for that. But this mother, something was going on with your kid. And you kept holding information back. But I'm telling you, it just could not be me. The whole world is grieving this baby, but you can't even grieve your own kid. You're not grieving your own kid. The only time Brittany had one tear to come out of her eye is when the people were heckling her at the courthouse and protesting about where is Maleah. So, you single parents, y'all, man, choose your baby daddies or whatever you want to call it. Choose them very, very, very wisely. Choose them very wisely. Sometimes it's not always smart to get out of a relationship. If you have a child, and if my spiritual leader didn't teach me anything else, that's one thing that came to my mind and was said to me. You have a 5-year-old kid. Whatever that's going on between you and your husband, try to work it out. It ain't always best to leave. It's not always best. Is it really worth to leave your spouse because they did something or whatever, but you have a small child? So my message to the single parents and the married parents, guard your kids. Guard your child at all costs. Because Brittany, y'all, this child has been through so much throughout her life. She had like a cranioscopy or whatever you want to call it. And they had to basically move half of her skull because she had a head injury. She had a head injury. So therefore, to relieve the pressure off her brain, they had to take a part of her skull off. And she was wearing this special cap. And this was a month before she went missing. Y'all, I remember I was at somebody's house and I let my kids go play with their kids, and it was maybe about 4 or 5 kids in the hallway playing. And when out of all those kids, and they was making so much noise, when a baby squealed out, which my son was like 3 years old at the time, I knew my kid voice. I knew it was my kid. I jumped up, and the only thing I saw was blood coming out of his mouth, where another kid bit him in his mouth. Let me tell you something. I got my kids. I got I got my baby, and I left everything. I left his whatever toy he was playing, I left it right there. The food we was eating, I left it right there. I created my kid, and I got out of that house because I'm a mother first. I'm going to protect my kid at all costs. But there's no telling what this guy, Vence, have done to this baby. But it's just really sad. It's a sad, sad situation. Mothers, listen, it's time to stand up. It is really time to stand up. And I know it's hard. I know it's hard. I've been in that predicament to experience how rough it can be. But I didn't have to have it that way. I was just trying to be grown, and subtract my family. But God made a way for me. My daughter is 22. My son is 18, and my baby is 5. And I thank God that I didn't have to go through any of this right here. So y'all, please, watch after your kid. Just be cautious of your child. Put your child first, because that's what we are here for as a parent, to protect them. Please pray for this family. We know that this angel is back in heaven looking down, and God bless her beautiful soul. Thank you so much, you guys. Please like.